Medicine no nanom say me wie na ma ahumi a yenya emergency bi ma ha eso no ye kɔ ne ye ba etimi ne MC fo ni bi ne commanders ni bi ye betu na yakwa the handle say emergency ni kakra ministers aka wa akire no mbehwe na adwumadie no dia aka ni na no ma hwe no ma hwehwe e dia ma ye me ye sure say betumi awie emergency problem no ni asa aba be ka mo ho asa na mapo ba ma hu ye na say wie na me ne MCs ni bi kwa na nya ne mo ho sem na adwuma bi na aba sesi e wo se ye kotu ho na mo
ko Anglo gold no ache say yes start to say yeah ye gold wo boase asasi su no it's more than 128 years na ache say American country cry ante na wo hwe baby anyame di agu haya na yame di agu yenko baby a haya nso ade ebewu na yame afre na can say sa nyame di sika kokko amaye wasasi aso a say yensu yenya ho faso ba na ne aban ni say na ye mine ne yedi say yensuo ne ade ntino akoye say ejuma no yesterday no ase bi obrofo ne ba be na ye du baby a yanga sakana fo ni majuma mu kura asbroni inti abani say na yentumi fa kwan paso enye mine adwuma ibi yemfa ma community na yenso yenye ni yie a yense yensuo yense ye kwaye yense ye asase enti na bi gina he na ye kan say mining companies omo Ghana ha nyina omo beba be kan ye ho ye ni communities e ho ha nyina na member mining companies in kan kire me say oh had ye esika no edoso nti ma community no ye beji baby nso ye papa no ama communities no na omo nso anya sika ni bi nana mmirafo fro na me ye no ye di kwashem say minister say obehwe ha no who say ha ye ma community na ye beji e di ama community no parliament be ma mitumi nana na say ye ni sa se ne na ya sha asie ya ye ka say ye ni omo kesa agigi baby ama ye na chese asudie kese ne ye di tu nananom so say ye di tumi ibrahim say ye nya mine ni mu ba bua ye ne ni mabuni ni mantie akasa say si a me se license kura mu hia se mo baba ankran yo me de license van no EPA ne minerals committee ye de brem wo boase he ya ya license na ma mo he ya ye wie na chese mu ye adwuma na adwuma na mo ye na sebio ye de bibi papa mawa na chese se wonso abrafo se responsibility na bedos na ne say ye ne say ye be make sure say enche ne nyina ufa baby wo Ghana ha obia nim se ne ayeye gold adwuma no a ense yensuo ense yasase wi wie adwuma na wakata so aban so obobo mmodi ama wo machines bia ebe boa ma gold no a wode wonsa wo horo no wo ya wonya 40% po ne ye pese ye nse ye boa ye di technology fufo ba na wotumi nya gold no over 90% na wo ye ni ye no wo nya sika no ne ye dibi ye niema pa wo kro no a wo soso enye nkrofo mienu ne miensa bi nkwa ne bedi eja community no na ye no ne ye ne se na ebe ya wo ba ekro no so na hu se sika kokko kro mu na ya ba no na eno sa na mo na ye be ye no enenne ya be pa hontoma enna ye be kase na no pa ne di amruka wo ye wo pe sika kokko na wo tu echi na sa police fo ne wo mu ba wo sa soldier fo no ba wo sa amre no efi na ekọ no ye pese ye twa so na ye be twa so a efi mene wo no say adwuma na wo koye cooperative man no wo be ye no kwampa so aban President Mahaba Simbra American Chiramo said na aban onchi mining kra o pese ye mining o pese mabunu ye mining nemom ye nyina ye nsia butra ne ye nkyerem wa kwampa moya ebe ye faso na nye wo mayen nti comes there no ni nyina ni nti efina ko no ye nyina ye beboa na ya ka ye ho abom na ya ye comes there no ama faso aba so minister ye kesa no oka exercise ayaya nana 6 months asi ko no na etise war zone senior making ya destroy yen yankasa yen forest a nyame de ache yen a eno na ema yen nsuo eno na ema yen froma eno na ntina yete ase no ya destroy 44 almost 44 out of the 200 or so na me no kese na 9 de sabio omo taking over omo kitetuo o Ghana forest grant to me nyame adom sesi a ya gini nyina back ye gusu bo mobile insu a ya say no na me kan wasema ade be chi yen wa ha ye say turbidity level a wutumi ye insu na wonum no ye 0 to 500 ya say insu na ma sesi a me no mo kesei nana ennam baby a me ka kire wa wakuma betu almost from 5,000 to 10,000 ye dinsu ye treatment na ye num kra enyi sisi a yam forest a ya say no over football field forest a ya say ni nyina 7,500 football fields football field ye ball 7,500 and as sisi a esi ye reclaiming inti baby ye du na ye ni brasem na ye fa kwan paswa ye mining no na ye nyina ye be di ho adase na ye make sure say ye be ye ni ye say ye nyina ye gitum dia and the cooperative mining no ebeba be yan sisa foforo aboa yan communities ni nyina aban be bomod na ye ni de na kese na ngesa esimoso medamwase nyame hye ye nyina. Distinguished invited guests, I see my honorable members of parliament, CEOs, and so many people. I will stand on the zip protocol. I tried. It is really an honor to stand before you today as we mark a significant milestone in our journey toward responsible and sustainable mining. And mining has long been a cornerstone of Ghana's economy, providing livelihoods for millions. Yet we recognize the challenges that unsafe and unlicensed practices pose to our communities, particularly in the light of the need for greater economic diversification in our mining regions. The limited access to economic opportunities has in the past created tensions, even resulting in unfortunate loss of lives in some cases. While we are saddened by these incidents, we gather today to chart a new course where mining communities will be empowered. The era of dig and die is being replaced. Today, we are beginning a new era of mine and thrive. For years, Ghana's mining sector has faced two critical challenges: environmental degradation caused by illegal mining and unregulated mining, and limited economic opportunity for mining communities. The effects of these challenges remain among the most pressing needs of our country today. And while we have taken several significant and strategic steps to curb environmental degradation, we must address the economic disparities that persist in mining communities. And I'm happy to inform you that we are almost 80% through in overhauling the mining laws of Ghana and the mining policies of Ghana. And what we are trying to do is to make sure that the mining laws reflect the experiences and empower communities where mining takes place. I've asked myself, as a member of parliament from a mining community, why will a complete stranger just show up in Nane's land simply to tell him I have a license from Income. I have a prospecting license, and that will be the first time you are seeing this person. And the location he is going to, there's cocoa farm there. And he says, I am interested in the gold underneath. Now we are changing that completely. Before Mincom will issue a license, that license applicant must first start with the district mining committee where Nana you are there, and you will first agree before it gets to Accra. That is the only way that when the mining contractors come to your village, they will have respect the traditions and understand that you have the social license before anybody else. We are under no illusion, Dana, also that we will solve the issues of illegal mining with guns and force and violence. And that is why we have focused so much on sensitization and stakeholder collaboration. Today marks a defining moment in Ghana's journey towards that goal that we have, sustainable mining. We stand at a crossroad of transformation where mining access is not going to be a curse on our land, but a catalyst for prosperity, where degraded landscapes rise again as fields of opportunity, and where our youth no longer dig for survival, but are equipped to build a future of dignity. We are trying to create a system where it is not only legal for complete strangers to come to mine for gold, but our local communities can also mine. And they will mine legally, they will mine without fear, because they will mine responsibly and sustainably. That is what we are trying to create. With the approval of His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama and his cabinet, this is the dawn of the Responsible Corporate Mining and Skills Development Program. We call it COMSDED for short. It is Ghana's boldest step yet to reclaim our environment, reform artisanal mining, and restore hope to our communities. And now, if you recall, my first directive was that we put a hold on community mining schemes. Our findings revealed clearly that the reason we had all those challenges was that it was just community in name, but the real ownership were people who were powerful, well connected politically. And so we decided to create a new structure, learning lessons from the past and making sure that we can resolve to have a structure that truly empowers the community. So building the lessons from the National Alternative Employment Scheme, NALEP, and the Community Mining Scheme, along with extensive stakeholder engagement, we have crafted a framework that ensures that mining benefits local communities while safeguarding our environment. The program is designed to reform artisanal mining by combining the strengths of NALEP and the Community Mining Scheme. Nana, this is not just a policy, it is a practical community-driven program that builds on 3 pillars. One is responsible mining. We will establish community-owned mobile cooperatives with legal concessions and centralized processing. These facilities will use modern, mercury-free technologies to ensure higher gold recovery rates while protecting our environment. There will be no more poverty-driven distractions, only responsible, profitable, and sustainable mining. From geological surveys to safety training, we will elevate artisanal mining from a risky venture into a professionally regulated mining. Nana, every cooperative mining will have a certification. We've already engaged the Takwa School of Mines. Every cooperative mining will go through a training program, certification, and government will support them with modern technology to mine and get more gold. And this is the good news, Nana. I have already directed that the day we launch the cooperative mining, we are going to have mobile mining and permitting vans all over, driving right to you in your community to register and license you. You don't need to come to Accra. Mincom is coming to you with the EPA, thanks to the Minister of Environment, Science and Technology and the EPA boss, that we are going to cooperate to form a mobile licensing teams that will do the assessment and license and permit. We are also going to put a strict inspection regime to make sure that anybody who is doing a community license will go according to the rules. And that if you fail to go according to the rules, there will be punitive sanctions. We'll also follow up that there will be revocation of licenses if you fail. We also envision that a mining sector that is a catalyst for opportunities in vocational skills, agriculture, digital technology, and entrepreneurship. Nana, we are doing this because we know that the gold is finite. It will finish. So we are creating a system which ensures that by the time you finish mining, you have some technological skill, you have some agriculture skill, you have an entrepreneurial skills that you can do other things. And that is really the focus of this new program. There's also the focus, which is the third phase, land restoration and community growth. Mining must be a partnership between the people and the land, harnessing resources while respecting the earth that provides them. We will rehabilitate landscape by illegal mining. And I think I heard a comment. You can be assured, Mr. Shigbe, that we are going to have the same bond that large-scale mining company have with every small-scale cooperative mining in the new dispensation that we are bringing. Everybody, cooperative mining, small-scale mining, everybody must be responsible for what we are doing. Every acre degraded by mining will be reclaimed. Portions of cooperative mining revenues will fund critical infrastructure. Mining revenues will no longer vanish into private pockets. They will help build schools, hospitals, clean water systems to improve the quality of life in that community. Because Nana, you and your community are the drivers of this program. Another critical piece of this framework is support from stakeholders, including large-scale mining companies. And I have also asked the question, every university has a primary school. So why is it that large-scale mining companies are not creating cooperative mining that they are guiding and supporting with all their good practices and safety standards? We are challenging every large-scale company to support every cooperative mining in their area with cooperative support. And I'm very happy that we have made a lot of progress with our discussion with Anglo Gold, and they are going to take the lead. Let's clap for them. Let's clap for them. We expect large-scale mining companies to have cooperative mining program in their operating layers, as I've said. And in the coming weeks, we'll roll out cooperative mining schemes nationwide. Each cooperative will undergo training and certification in collaboration with the University of Mines, alongside a fast-track mining licensing process, as I've said. Government will provide the policy and resources under this program. Traditional leaders will be the stewards with community engagement, and the private sector partners will bring expertise and investment. This is going to be the three-way strategy that we are going to work together to create this cooperative mining. So let us seize this opportunity to redefine the future of artisanal and small-scale mining in Ghana. Together, we can build a future where relentless pursuit of resources beneath the surface of the earth is safe, legal, and sustainable. Where our youth have skills, our land flourishes, and our communities prosper. We must collectively work to turn our waters blue and our forests green through responsible and sustainable mining. We begin this journey today. And now with your presence, we will need your support to make this cooperative mining a success. We are here to empower you. We are here to help us to succeed in this journey. We must succeed. We have no option. It is our obligation for future generations that we succeed. So on that note, and I have the honor to declare the responsible cooperative mining. Oh, we'll launch it here. I'll do it. Duly launched. Thank you. And I'm Becca Trikakra. And I can say
the Muslim community, honorable ministers present here, MMDC security chiefs present, media, ladies and gentlemen, permit me to cut the protocol and also, as it were, continue on the established one, and use this opportunity to welcome you all to Obuasi, known as the Sikakrum of the Ashanti region of Ghana. And also want to let you know that as part of His Excellency the President's vision for the country and for that matter the region, Obuasi holds a very significant center for us as the hub of most of our natural resources, especially when it comes to gold, among others. These equally include areas of agri, among other trade and commerce, for which reason this town is a very historic and a very significant town for us. Over the past 7 months, when His Excellency the President assumed office, he declared clearly in unambiguous terms that he was up and ready to fight against illegal or illicit mining. His Excellency the President acknowledges that the mining sector definitely creates employment for a huge number of our youth. But most definitely, if it must be done, then it must be done well. As we work to clamp down on illegal mining, there were a lot of concerns as to what are the alternatives that are made available for the youth as a substitution to be able to equally equip them. When we came in as a government, the previous government had actually given out prospecting licenses, among others, and forest entry permits for people to actually be mining in our forest reserves. And I'm sure that you keep hearing the lands minister saying that most of these forest reserves were taken or besieged by people who were armed. I want to, on behalf of the President, and definitely on behalf of Nananom, because it was affecting us here in Ashanti region, thank the Honorable Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, that here in Ashanti region, all these forest reserves that were taken up by armed gangs and individuals have successfully been recovered for the state. So, Honorable Minister, I want to thank you and thank your team that you work with for helping us be able to take charge of these forest reserves. Moving forward, Nananom said Mekaya no Yaprepa Mahama Ontia mining. But our sister here, near ye, Sabay and Chilima Subebanom Subena home for sure. Near Betty Abua said a forest no yen say no, Yensu no yen say no. And the share and Tokoya Sino and our Kuya Sino. Yaka say, wow, forest free move. Abida Dana Mount Krata Kra, President Mahama say, men can't go to a good deal of forest free move. A be a sutia a free move. So more way and so move free home. President Soya, the Yakoya Bay Nayanum. And he also say, Besso be able to a good year old show. Yatosu me or more or qua honor. Yaka say, Obitica will trouble crown or head the Ecoswa, Emma Cronum effect. Et wa wutu a good year of qua who be I know to free her. Yes, I can be your one no boot cronum cronin fifi. A be no boot to our go to us here. And if you catch them, I say, Yampe. The uncle in Nano, and himself Mabundo Duana, Namu young Wajumano, Namuni Honkata, Sem, and until no way I am, Shishentino, Unya, Konya Gran, or what me upon Wakakataso, let me up one as I sell out the hope. ɛno ne musufrɛ a musu ya minister any president te ya ɛdɛ or the cooperative mining scheme ya ba was this all your babunu na obese wo mining na woni ho ahoɔden a moyɛ mienu ana miɛnsa na ɛnan ana enum a yɛbɛka mo abom na sɛ park yi so ayɛ de amamo ne ayi obi ama na dama no saa nipa no ɔdama no no yɛba ne yɛba bɛhwɛ a deɛ ɛhɔ yɛ sɛ wutu no na wo kata so ne amamo ho nkrata mo betumi de adi dwuma no na ma protect asase no na ma yɛ madwuma ɛwɔ asomdwe kwai so enti ɛnɛ ya bɛyi no yɛbɛsi ne koso kakra saa sɛdeɛ ɛbɛyɛ a baabi a yɛbɛduru bi a ɛhɔ asɛ biara no yɛdim sɛ akwasi mɛnsa na ne din da so sɛdeɛ ɛbɛyɛ a yɛmfa baako ho abufuo ɛmfa nkɔnkɔ sae ɛyɔnko wo a wobɛyɛ wo deɛ yie no afei yɛma obi aka ho a ne yɛhu sɛ kakra ne yɛde hyɛ wo nsɛm no woatumi ayɛ ne yie ama ho ayɛ dɛn ate minister wowɔ ha yi so no yɛnim sɛ mode yɛasi ha as regional ministers dc sɛdeɛ ɛbɛyɛ a timamufoɔ ne de ɔhaw ɛbɛto yɛn anim a yɛbɛtumi agyina ɔman nam so ama wate lands minister mmerɛ a wɔmranteɛ ne baeɛ a na ɔmɔyɛ operations no ebinom wɔ hɔ a na ɔmo machines sisi ɔmo fie ɛdze ɔmo sesaeɛ saafoɔ ne nyinaa baka kyerɛ wɔn mo ɛho videos ɛho pictures ne nyinaa yɛde bɛma wo ne yɛgyina wɔn anim asrɛ wo sɛ ɔmo yɛ asuti a ɔmo machines ɔmo paki yɛ sɛ ɔmo twɛn sɛ wode community mining ɛyɛ cooperative mining ne bɛba ansa na ɔma saa akɔ a ɔmranteɛ ne baeɛ ɔmbɛgye sɛ ɔmo video no yɛde mu ne ntɔkwa wo a wowɔ saa evidence no wode ba a yɛbɛgyina mu ne yɛne minister ka sɛdeɛ ɛbɛyɛ a yɛbobɛhu sɛ ɛnyɛ sɛ yɛbaa sɛ yɛbɛtaataa mo na mmom yɛbaa sɛ yɛba bɛbɔ asase ne ho ban ne amɛki sure sɛ yɛbɛtumi ayɛ ne yie sɛ bɛyɛ nkyirima soso bɛba na ɔmaba bɛnya ho mfasoɔ ɛnti abusuafoɔ menim sɛ ɛyɛ de ampanifoɔ wɔ ha cooperative mining na ɔmbɛkyerɛkyerɛ mu mu yie bi aka ho ama ma ho deɛ nti ɛnɛ yɛba a yɛba bɛdi dwuman ɛwɔ ɔboa ase ha mede si no nananom sɛ mewie na ma ahome a yɛnya emergency bi ma hɔ a ɛso no hɔ yɛkɔ ne yɛba ɛtumi ne mce foɔ ne bi ne commanders ne bi yɛbɛtu na yɛakɔkɔ de handle saa emergency ne kakra ministers aka wɔ akyire no ɔmbɛhwɛ na adwumadie no deɛ aka no nyinaa na ɔmahwɛ na ɔmahyehyɛ ɛde ama yɛn meyɛ sure sɛ yɛbɛtumi awie emergency problem no ne asa aba bɛka mo ho ansa na mapɔn bama ahu yɛn na sɛ yɛwie na me ne mces ne bi kɔ a na nyɛ nneɛma ho nsɛm na adwuma bi na aba sɛsie ɛwɔ sɛ yɛkɔtu ho anamɔ mede bɛsia na mada mo nyinaa base nyankopɔn hyira mo
meda ase otumfoɔ adam sini Nana Asumeja Hene, the Honorable Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, Honorable Emmanuel Amakufibua. Permit me to stand on all existing protocols. It is a great honor to deliver the opening statement for the launch of a bold and transformative national program, the Responsible Cooperative Mining and Skills Development Program, CONSDEP. The CONSDEP builds on lessons from previous initiatives, particularly the Community Mining Scheme and the National Alternative Employment and Livelihood Program, by improving upon their lapses through proper coordination and implementation, as well as the effective use of resources. The program is structured around 6 interconnected pillars, i.e. 1. Cooperative mining scheme. This pillar involves the establishment of community-owned mining enterprises with centralized processing facilities that employ mercury-free technologies, ensuring environmentally responsible extraction while maximizing mineral recovery rates and local economic benefits. The scheme will be organized under the mining groups registered with CONSDEP based in the community. Operators under the scheme will be taken through training and will sign onto the policy guidelines and code of practice developed for the cooperative mining scheme. The acquisition of the small-scale licensing cooperative mining may be initiated by either government or the community. CONSDEP shall facilitate for applicants to obtain the requisite licenses, permits, and any other authorization from relevant regulatory bodies such as Minerals Commission environmental protection agencies, MMDAs, amongst others. The second pillar is the mine support services. This pillar provides comprehensive technical support, including modern equipment leasing, geological survey, safety training, and regulatory compliance assistance to elevate operational standards across all cooperative mining operations. The third pillar is vocational training and entrepreneurship development. It delivers targeted skills acquisition programs in mining techniques, equipment maintenance, and alternative livelihoods, with special emphasis on empowering women and youth through accredited certification pathways. The fourth pillar is the environmental rehabilitation program. It involves the implementation of systematic land reclamation and afforestation initiatives that restore degraded mining areas to productive use, creating green jobs while rebuilding ecosystem services and biodiversity. The fifth pillar is the agricultural value chain development. This pillar establishes sustainable farming cooperatives and agro-processing facilities in mining regions, diversifying local economies and enhancing food security through partnership with the Ministry of Food and Agriculture. The sixth pillar is the community infrastructure development. It aims to improve the quality of life in mining communities through the development of critical social infrastructure, including potable water systems, health facilities, educational institutions, and renewable energy projects that directly improve quality of life in the mining communities. CONSDEP is more than a mining program. It is a vision for how our communities can reclaim their lands, restore their environment, and rebuild their economies with dignity and purpose. It is about empowering our people, not just to mine responsibly, but to dream beyond mining. It is about turning mining communities into hubs of innovation, productivity, and resilience. Today, we are laying a foundation that will outlast political cycles and serve generations to come. But this vision can only succeed if we work together. This is an invitation for all stakeholders. Government will provide the framework and resources. Traditional leaders will offer their guidance and authority. Miners will commit to lawful, safe, and responsible practices. Civil society and the media will help keep the process transparent and accountable, and every Ghanaian, whether in the mining sector or not, will play a role in protecting our lands and livelihoods. Together, let us mine responsibly, live sustainably, and build a prosperous future for all. Thank you all, and may God bless our homeland, Ghana.
Nananom, miners, development partners, members of the media, and the good people of Obuasi, it is a privilege to stand before you today as we inaugurate the Responsible Cooperative Mining and Skills Development Program. This is a major milestone, not only for Obuasi, because I see my friends from Western region and Central region also here, and even Eastern region also here, but it's for the whole Ghana. It's a broader effort to formalize and improve the small-scale mining sector. The Environmental Protection Authority has been actively involved in this program from its inception. We have provided technical guidance, supported capacity building, and worked closely with our partners to ensure this initiative aligns with Ghana's environmental standards and developmental goals. And I assure you, we will continue to go this journey with you until the program is successfully implemented and sustainable. Our commitment goes beyond just policy. We want to take concrete steps to support responsible mining projects. Reclamation bonds are now mandatory for all licensed small-scale miners. This ensures that land use for mining is restored, and rehabilitated after operations, preserving our ecosystems for future generations. So the EPA has also established presence at Ghana's ports of entries, and with offices in all our districts, to making sure that we have proper monitoring and regulations for all activities, including mining. So the port offices are to regulate the importation of chemicals especially used in mining, and this will help curb the inflow of dangerous substances and chemicals that harm both the people and the environment. In addition, we have other offices even at the airport, and this is also to ensure traceability of gold that is exported. And this we are doing in collaboration with Gold Board, because for every ounce of gold leaving this country, it has to be accounted for. And if gold is traced to illegal mining operations, the individuals will face the full force of the Environmental Protection Act. So this is not about just the enforcement, it's also about creating the responsible, transparent, and inclusive mining sector. One that supports livelihood, protects the environment, and contributes meaningfully to national development. To our mining cooperatives, I call the small-scale miners my friends. I've been meeting the small-scale mining associations, explaining to them why they need to have proper documentation in mining. It gives them the opportunity for EPA especially to guide them into doing sustainable mining. And this cooperative mining, it's one that we hope and I want to ensure that it brings the responsibility on our environment that we expect. We want to also ensure sustainability. So the EPA is going to roll out programs for training on sustainable and responsible mining, and very soon you will hear also about it. So I wish to thank the Minister of Lands and Natural Resources and his team, my sector minister, Minister of Environment and Environment Technology as well, for this program that we put together. The EPA remains committed to this journey, and I wish to thank the Obuasi community and the chiefs for the responsibility they've taken upon themselves to also host this program and the promise to ensure that we have responsible mining in Ghana. To our small-scale miners, today we say there's no longer going to be illegal mining. The name illegal mining is changed to cooperative mining. Thank you.
For this bold and visionary initiative, there's an R before there comes death. We see this program not only as an important intervention, but also for us, the large-scale miners, and a legacy. A legacy to ensure that Ghana continues to mine responsibly, just as our large-scale mines have done consistently. We believe that responsible cooperative mining should be a win-win, a spirit of live and let's live, between well-structured cooperative mining schemes and the large-scale mines. To succeed, this initiative must learn from both the successes and the shortcomings of our previous community mining schemes, and my colleague, Engineer Frank, had mentioned that. First, there's the need for continuous exploration, without which mining cannot be sustainable, cannot be sustained responsibly. Second, the program should open opportunities for our local consultants and mining experts to support cooperatives in developing their mines and practicing improved mining methods. The members of our chamber stand ready to contribute their technical expertise in this regard. Importantly, skilled Ghanaians, including our graduates, should be called upon to support the operations of these cooperatives with remuneration sourced from the proceeds of these mining activities. This approach would create jobs whilst ensuring professionalism in our operations.
We must also ensure that every cooperative mining entity becomes a model of responsible and legal mining. They should be registered beyond just cooperatives as limited liability companies with ownerships that is transparent and known to all. Moreover, there lies opportunity for other options to be looked at. It is important to do a quick comparative analysis between the community mining schemes and Accídèñț to be able to show the way we should go to get the improvement that we're talking about. This particular scheme has a better governance structure. It introduced a three-tier hierarchy. Ownership and participation model is also better, exclusively cooperatively based, and requires registration, formal registration as cooperative, positioning communities as co-creators. It also establishes a cooperative mining development fund for startups, training and infrastructure sourced from levies, government and donor, aside the operator's self-financing capital of 100,000. Importantly, there's a profit-sharing economic integration as well. It mandates profit sharing for the cooperative communities, the MMDAs, the traditional authorities, and to reclamation funds. I would also suggest that we leave some funds for continuous exploration. Another thing that is worth noting is that there is the element of supervision and training, adding the National Alternative Employment Program, and then also the ComStef training as well. Our recommendation that both community mining scheme and Accídèñț, however, share a critical flaw: the complex licensing procedure, 9 to 8 steps. It risks bureaucratic delays and potentially driving miners towards informality despite the policy initiatives. Engineer Frank talks about the support to let this happen. That is critical. However, this scheme demonstrates some advancement over the community mining scheme by formalizing community ownership, profit sharing, and dedicated funding. It addresses the community mining scheme's lack of enforceable benefit sharing mechanisms and the gap that historically had left communities with little benefit from mining. The cooperative model also aligns with Ghana's decentralization goals, suggesting greater potential for sustainable local development. This cooperative scheme mirrors the community mining schemes framework and fails to institute robust mechanism ensuring adherence to social and environmental safeguards. This continuity of weakness has to be addressed. It's evident in the inadequate compliance verifications, enforcement protocols, and consequent management has to be put in place to ensure that we don't go back to the challenges of Galamsey, as Nana has advocated for. The framework also leaves out the essential element of sustainable mining exploration. This is critical. The framework should dedicate some funding to continuous exploration to ensure longevity of the mining operations of the cooperatives. The absence of this will lead to the creeping of the operations of these cooperatives, as we saw in the community mining schemes and as we have known with Galamsey all along. Another portion that the framework needs to also work on is that it exhibits a glaring omission of integrated deterrence measures and neglects the polluter pays principle. By not mandating financial accountability for environmental damage, example, compulsory reclamation bonds or pollution fines, or establishing swift penalty system for violation, the scheme should ensure that it provides a tool to compel these responsible practices. The absence of would fundamentally undermine its potential to deliver a true paradigm shift, transforming Ghana's small-scale mining initiatives from environmental degradation and informality towards sustainability and community-centric benefit sharing. However, this scheme has one major advantage, as the ministry is engaging and taking feedback from various stakeholders and will factor these views to learn from the past and the good practices to improve the scheme. We hope and will work with the government to ensure that these feedbacks are incorporated to ensure that there's a paradigm shift. Let us work to ensure that the Accídèñț work for Ghana and for Ghanaians and ensure that large-scale mining will live side by side with small-scale and responsible cooperative mining where all sides win. If our conduct is done properly, this is a path to sustainable, inclusive, and responsible mining future for our country. The Chamber is proud to work this journey with all stakeholders. We hope that we'll all work together after the launch is done to take this feedback back to all stakeholders and together work to ensure that Ghana benefits from the resources that God has given us. Thank you all very much, and God richly bless us.